Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ and we are back on another episode of Let's Build a Theme Park. Today we're going to be working a little bit more on our aquarium, sea life center. I don't know what you want to call it. Everybody seems to be have a different opinion on what it's called. I want to build right here. I deliberately left, you know how this sort of sand comes around this way and this one, whoops, comes around this way? Well, I've left that in the middle because I wanted a cave there, or at least it looks like the beginning of a cave. Obviously, we're limited to the space that we can have. And I want, like, a squid slash octopus slash kraken facing sort of, like, its head would be that way. But then its mouth is facing that way. So when you look through the glass, you can see its mouth. As far as colours go, I'm not really sure. And I don't know if I want, I think, red. And I think wool over clay. Clay looks a little bit more pastel-y, a little bit more friendly. I think red and I think orange. We're also going to need black for the mouth. And I think we're going to use quartz stairs to try and get some teeth. But I'm not quite sure how we're going to do it. I think we want to start off with the mouth as well first. And I would really like the mouth to be straight on. So then you get a bit of a cooler angle. If we start it here. Or here. Is that a good distance? Here? About there, I reckon. And then we're going to have to bring it up at least one block. I think I'm going to come up 2 blocks. And this first circle that we're doing, this is going to be as big as the mouth gets. So I think we're going to go 3 blocks up with 1 block in the corner. I think that's going to be the best one. How are you guys doing anyway? Are you doing well? I hope you're doing well. I would talk about a question of the day. But I think... yeah. But I think we need to concentrate a little bit on this today. Let's try and get some teeth in here. If we do that way and that way, that gives us the most amount of teeth that we can fit in there. And then go that way, that way, that way. Nope. That way and that way. You guys have been sending in some questions of the day, which is awesome. Keep them up. And then when we get an episode that we can really... Hello, phone. That we can really talk on... we'll be able to do that. Okay, I love that. That's really, really cool. And then what we're going to do is on the back of these teeth, we're going to drop this black down smaller. Okay, because I looked at some images. I looked at some images of some Krakens and like the Pirates of the Caribbean ones and all that sort of stuff. And they're all pretty much the same. It even looks like an evil squid when they're swimming through the water. You know, when you see a squid, you can sort of see them like that. Can we spawn one? Just for a laugh. There we go. Okay, if he goes sideways, you can just see his mouth. It looks like in this texture pack, they have quite a strange mouth in there. He will drown, don't worry. We might... You know what? I wonder if on the outside of here, if we put another row of glass, like glass along here, and glass along here... Fill the middle up with water and put squid in there? They might despawn though. If we named them, they wouldn't despawn. He died. But then we'd have squid in the background. That could be really cool. That's something to think about. Okay, and then we'll have some more teeth here. Obviously, we can't fit as many in, but we might be able to fit a real nice sort of 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom style. Like that. Oh, yeah, that looks really evil. And then I think we're going to have red. Either red or black. We'll see what red looks like. I don't know if I want it to look like, I don't know if octopuses and stuff have tongues or if it's blood. I don't know. But I think that looks better than what black would. Plus, you can't really see the red all that well anyway. Wonderful. I like that. Okay, so the body of it. Now, we don't need to worry too much about the head because we're only going to build up till about, well, up till this point. So that the actual shape of the head isn't going to matter too much as long as we're making it look somewhat okay looking. I think we want to go make the body slightly 1 block further out than the mouth. Like this. I love building how I do. Not many people build the way that we do here on our channel. We build making it up as we go along. We have no practice. We don't plan it out first. Well, I suppose some things require like a little bit of planning of where things are going to go. But most of the time, we just build. And it's the hardest way to play And it's definitely the hardest way to make things look really, really good. But we just seem to have a knack of doing it. Your ideas that you send in really help out all the time. Like little ideas that you have. I love that shape. You know what? We might even be able to just fit an eye in there as well. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I think what we want to do is we want to slowly... We're going to build this up pretty square at first. And then once it's square, we'll then round it off slightly and make it a little bit better. We need to match that on this side. So I think that was 3 blocks. And then we came out for 5 blocks, if I remember correctly. And then we came in for 3 blocks. 2, 3. And then in for the final 2 again. And then we're just putting 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom for the minute. Good thing about squids, octopuses, krakens, all that kind of stuff, is that their bodies are pretty symmetrical over all degrees. So the body, we need to come out. That's it. So like the north of it, the south of it, the east and the west are all very, very similar, if not perfectly the same shape, especially when he's laying down like this. Yeah, and then we're going to build a cave around it. And the cave around it is going to hide up most of the rest of it. But you're just going to be able to see it. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm loving how it's coming on. Okay, so that comes down here. How's this looking from over here? Oh, yeah, look at that. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Now, on the floor, seeing as though he's on the floor, we could just do this flat. That saves a little bit of time as well. Okay, always work in odd numbers as well. As you can see, it makes things a lot easier when working with spheres. When working with, or at least roundish things. It will work an awful lot better if you use odd numbers. That's a tip that we always use. Okay, I've got a lot of recording to do today as well. I've got, we need this one here. I've got this to record. After I record this, I'm then going on to a Zonocraft episode. I'm loving Zonocraft at the moment. We've got so many of these sort of mini projects planned, and or large projects in fact, and we're starting to come towards the completion of quite a few of them, and it's looking really cool. Everything seems to be coming out at the moment. Everything seems to be going better than I would have ever thought. Even you guys with the like button and everything like that. So we'll take a quick second to say thank you for all of the support that you've been giving me lately. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so we've got that down. That's looking good. I'm not sure if I want to round this off as much as I thought I was going to. If we just go this around the side here. Isn't it crazy how quickly all of this stuff comes together? This is quite a big build, and yet there's not much red wool left to do. We also want to, I chose orange as well, because I want to, when we do his tentacles, I think I want some red, some orange dots, circles over it, even if we just use them as the suckers, or something like that. I'm not quite sure exactly how yet, whoops. But just having another colour is going to really, really help out. Okay, and we want to do it on this side. Again, we're being very careful about how exactly, how much we're building on one side before building it on the other. We've made that mistake in the Nether Castle series a few times now. That's another thing that I'm recording today as well. That's my 3 videos that I've got to record today, because I've got to take tomorrow off, so I've just got to get that one done. And then it saves a little bit of time then. Oh, perfect. Look at this. And then this goes right in the middle. It is going to require a little bit of work just to smooth it off, because it does still look a little bit square at the minute. And it's raining. Can you believe it? Down here. Okay, let's turn on day cycle. And we'll just have to wait. I don't think that it's that far away from night time. I certainly hope not. Okay, let me do the bottom here. I'm sure you guys sort of can follow along now. In fact, the bottom is really easy. We can do this together, look. And then we can start working on the arms. I was thinking about trying to get the rain away, but I'm sure you guys don't mind rain too much. Like that. And then on this side, like this. Nope, not like that. Wait a minute. Like this. And then fill in those middle ones. Okay, so we now have a full... That looks really cool. It's like this, the head of a squid, I am very tempted about putting an eye or eyes in on the side here. I don't know how visible they're going to be. But if we done this, big old eyes on squids and krakens and stuff like that. I think isn't the colossal squid has the has the biggest eye of any animal? Is that right? Am I right in saying that? I think so. I think that's right. It's like the size of a dinner plate or something absolutely insane like that. That's a big old eyeball for sure. Like this. As far as I know, there's no squid or octopus or whatever that is quite this big. This is pretty huge. Imagine being on a boat and then seeing that come out of the water. That would scare your pants off, wouldn't it? Let's try and round this off a little bit then. Make it a little bit more of an organic shape. If we had 3 on the front there. And do I like that? I don't think so. I think I like that. And then take that one away. Whoops. That one away. And that one away. Yeah, that looks a lot rounder. We'll do the same over here. And on the other side as well. Like that. And I think I'm going to add those as well to go around the eye. It sort of keeps it a little bit more in. 1, 2, 3. Take that one away. And take this one away. And we've done the top already, yeah? Yeah, okay. So that looks a little bit round already. We don't need to worry too much about the back because obviously it's going into what will be like a black wall, I expect. Something... Oh, did I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, and then that like that. This one will do the same thing. There we go. Starting to round it off, getting some more organic shape in it. How's that looking? The bottom we don't need to worry about because it's on the floor. That looks really good. I think we're going to leave it like that. Okay, so the legs. We need to work out how the spindly legs are going to go. Now, the legs are going to come from the front here. So I think I want one that comes out this way. I want one to wrap over there, or at least get close to it, depending on how long they actually should be. But it'd be cool if we could have it at least come up the wall a little bit. Maybe over the top slightly. So that would be one. We don't need to do all of them. I mean, they would have 8 in total. I think squid and obviously an octopus does, because octopus, 8 puss. I expect, at a guess, I expect that squids probably have the same, as well as krakens. However, don't quote me on that. Don't go to your school and say that they have 8 legs just because I said it. I would recommend doing some research first. Maybe just 4. Like if we have that one on the bottom, that one on the bottom, and then we have 2 coming out of the top. One that would wrap, maybe this one can wrap around the sort of cave. So if we had this one coming up and out a little bit. And if you imagine the cave is here. And it's sort of holding on to the top of the cave. Almost like it's pulling itself out. Do you know what I mean? So one like that. Is that long enough? I think it's not got enough shape to it. So if we come out this way a little bit. And then come down here. It just gives a little bit more shape to the whole thing. There we go. And then take this one away. How's that look? Yeah, it's got a little bit more shape to it. A little bit more, I don't know, curl to it. Maybe we should put a bit of a curl on the end as well. Like this. And then like that. Obviously, they're going to be thicker than one. One block doesn't look terrible, but I think it's at least slightly thicker. At first, I was thinking that these arms were going to have to be seriously thick. You know, like big old strong tentacles. But I'm not so sure at the minute. It might look better like this. I like that like that. And then we'll have this one sort of wrapping up. Not quite as high as that one, as the cave is sort of starting to come down a little bit. But like that. Okay, that looks really, really cool. Let's go inside of it. We need a floor block as well. That's what I'll ask you guys to comment in this episode. What do we put on the floor? I'm thinking about quartz underneath the glass. Okay, or some sort of white block maybe. Not sure. I don't know if we want like just oak wood. If a wood floor would look good, or I don't know. It's up to you. I think you guys are clever enough and smart enough to choose a good choice there. Yeah, that looks cool. If we can keep that eye just visible, even though it's going to be dark when we put the cave around it, I think it's going to be a really, really cool looking thing. I wonder if we can make him look a little bit eviler. Maybe not 3. Does that look good? I don't know. I don't think so. You know what I mean? That was like an eyebrow. Like the muscles on the eyebrow to make him look like he's frowning. But if we do it this way, which would be the sort of correct way to do it, he looks like he's sad. So no, we can't do that. How thick do we want these tentacles to be? Let's work on this one first, as it's probably the most important one. I think our first step is probably to make it thicker this way. At least 2 blocks. I think I'm going to go to at least 3 or probably 4 blocks though. So something like that. And then if we thicken it up again. So maybe 3 or 4 blocks in most parts. Down here. I'm trying to keep it as absolutely as random as possible. If we can. Because the more random it is, the more, I don't know, realistic, the more organic it'll look when we're finished with it. So we'll come down here, add those down here, skip one there, and then come down here. Okay, that looks like a it almost looks a little bit too thick. Let's put some on the top first, and then we'll cut some out when we need. So I'm thinking something like this. I'm going with sort of squares, and see these like little squares I'm trying to do? If we put one there, that's like a 2x2, a 2x2, a 2x2, a 2x2. I think that's going to be the best sort of shape that we can do. And then come down here, add another one, add another one. I might add one like this. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty good shape to it, I think. And then, it'll change a little bit up towards this end here as it gets a little bit thinner, I think. Oh, I like that with a 3. Yeah, okay. And then one there. That looks pretty good. It is now looking a little bit too wide, though, its tentacles. So let's trim off the edges here. Oops. Uh-oh. I didn't want to do that. No. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. We'll just trim off the edges, make it sort of now as thin as possible. So we'll take these ones away first. Like this. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Imagine with all 4 like that. I think that'll look okay. Maybe it needs to be a little bit thicker as it joins up to the body, though. Something like that. That one, oops. Right there. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Okay, and then orange dots on them. Similar to how we done the last octopus. That we done on the octopus ride, the octopus roller coaster. We just put some, I think it was green and purple from what I can remember though, instead of red and orange. But I don't know, I just think that circles are probably the best shape to do on an octopus. That's really, really cool. And then maybe these top 3 and that one. That looks cool from the inside as well. Yeah, I like that. I definitely like that. Okay, I'm going to work on the other 3 arms and work a little bit on the cave, at least get a bit of a shape for the cave, and I'll be right back. And it shall also be not raining when I come back too, hopefully. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back with a little bit of a progress update. I've got all 4 legs in. I think I got better as I went along as well. Oh, I'll take that one away. And then add that one block back. Oops, 1 block back instead. There we go. I think I've been getting better as I've been going along all of the legs. I've done a little bit of a tweak to the first one as well. And I've got the sort of opening of the cave shape in as well. So you can sort of see how it's going to look. and then it's a matter of sort of bringing it out. I'm putting like a skeleton of the rock down. It's quite a weird way to do it. Maybe we should have built the rock first and then built the octopus, but the only trouble with doing that is that you're then limited to how big the octopus can be and where you can place blocks. If you do it this way, it might be a little bit more awkward to do the rock, but at least you can build the squid, whatever it's called, a little bit easier. So I think we'll bring it up and then it'll come down again quite sharply. It's really fun trying to get a rock shape that's going to work with the tentacles that are wrapped around it like this. It's really cool. I'll drop that down and then it comes underneath it. Whoops. Underneath it like this, and then it starts to come down. And this is just going to be a matter of just slowly adding blocks to it. It shouldn't take as long as like the squid did, because it doesn't really matter how even it is. It's just random. It's just a matter of filling it in. But that's going to be cool. So I'm going to cut away again. It is now daytime. I shall now stop the day, since so it's like beyond midday. And then at least now, if it rains, again, we don't have to wait as long for it to be nighttime for us to sleep to get rid of it. I like that, though. Okay, let me add some more to it. I don't want to finish off the episode yet, but we also don't have enough time to build the whole rock together. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. Oh, man. I love it. I think it's starting to basically be done. I'm just adding a little lip on the inside of the rock now. So it looks like it goes like back just a tiny bit. Just a little bit, not too much. So let's put that to there. And then we'll just add a little bit more shape to this one. Bring it down here a little bit. It's great. I've just been able to place so many random blocks. I like put no real thought into it at all, and they just come together, these rocks. It's great. So there we have. That's so cool. Our rock. I think it looks pretty natural. I think it looks okay. Definitely. I've got some really cool shape to it, some really cool pointy down bits. You can still see the eye just through it. Do you know what I mean? Like just when I don't get a piece of white glass in my way. There we go. You can just see the eyes through it. And it looks like it's like pulling itself out. It looks like it's grabbing onto things, pulling itself out of the hull. Really, really cool addition to it. Again, still nice and flat on the bottom. Ooh, you can get inside it. Ooh, that's really spooky. So we've still kept exactly the same shape as we already had at the beginning of the episode, as far as the size of the whole aquarium sea life center thing goes. But that's such a cool attraction to have. I'm sure it'd probably kill the clownfish, but as long as the clownfish can stay out of the way of it, I'm sure it'll be fine. But that looks really, really cool, how that's sort of dragging itself out of there. This is one of my favourite things I've ever built, this aquarium thing. I don't know why, I just really like it. I do. And it'd be cool when we get some more coral reefs round and stuff like that. Especially when we get the background in the roof. That's really gonna completely finish it off. As long as we do it right, we're gonna have to figure out exactly how we want to do it. But that is going to do it for this episode. I know I haven't been back for long after completing it, but you now know what it looks like. If we stand right over here. Yeah, that does look really cool. Again, let me know in the comments section what block we're going to do for the floor in here. I'm undecided on it. I really need your help on that. But yeah, this is some really cool features, this whole place. It all started off with a shark. I love it. Alright guys, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you want to get some officials, you want an early merchandise, you guys have been loving it. I've been so pleased with the feedback that you guys have given me from it. And I really do appreciate all the support that you've been giving me. But the link to the shop will be in the description below. If you want to go and check it out, have a look, see what I've got. See if there's anything there that you really, really like. And if you do, why not get it? Alright guys. Bye!